Cuando vivís en el extranjero, buscás el acento con el que mamá te enseñó a hablar, coleccionás lugares. Hoy vamos a entrevistar a Luis, que es un carioca que llegó a Londres hace más de 30 años, comenzó vendiendo maní en la calle y se convirtió en el nodo y en el referente de la comunidad brasilera en Londres.
Meu nome é Luis e esse é o feijão do Luis.
What's your name?
My name is Luis de Sousa.
How did you end up here in London?
Because it's love. Love. I used to live in Italy, and then I met an English girl in Christmas time in 1984, and then in January I came here and I never moved.
Why a restaurant?
A restaurant came like I used to be a street trader. I used to sell caramelized peanuts on the street, and I used to have a Brazilian flag on the top, and every Brazilian passed by, asking for a Brazilian restaurant, and it was very soon was closing down the only one, the first one, Paulo's. And then I was with this in my head, but it didn't cross to my mind for a while. But so many questions, so many people, so many Brazilians interested looking for a Brazilian food. I decided to open a small cafe, and in 1996. And this is growing up to now, and then I got here.
So how long were you working in the streets?
I worked in the streets from 1987 until 1996, for 11 years.
11 years, wow.
9 years, 1987 to 1996.
From the very first moment, had you in mind that you wanted to open a restaurant?
No, I never crossed to my mind to work to have a restaurant myself, because I used to work in Italian kitchen, and my dream was to get rid of the no work more in the kitchen, and then I started to be a street trader, and I was much comfortable with the street trade. I love it to be what I've done, what I used to do it, and because of this demand of people who wanted Brazilian food, and I had a problem with the Westminster Council with the trolleys, and they confiscate about 3 trolleys, and there was a really hassle because the trolleys cost £5,000, and I lost 3, and I was a time I said I give up with that. I don't want that. I want to be something more secure, more solid. Then I opened the cafe.
What did you learn from selling in the streets?
I learned English. Was the best way to learn English, was to be on this, because before I was here for a year and didn't speak English. After I became a street trader, 3 months, I was nice to speak English and nice spoken.
When you dream, do you dream in Portuguese or in English?
What?
When you dream, why?
When I dream?
Yes.
Actually, both. Sometimes in Portuguese, most in English.
Most in English. During that times, how did you market yourself?
I feel very attached to England. I was married. I used to be married with an English girl. I have a daughter. She's 34 years old. And, on the World Cup, for example, I support Brazil. If you don't, I support England all the way until play with Brazil. When they play against Brazil, I can't be English. I have to be Brazilian. My daughter is the same. My daughter, she's English, but she supports Brazil. But when England play with the Brazil, it's quite tough. But it's I feel very, very on the English culture a lot. I love the country. I love the language. I love London. I love England.
When you opened this restaurant, marketing wasn't like nowadays. Back in the days, how did you spread the voice that you open a restaurant?
That was my lucky. Or was not the internet. I was the internet. If you want to find a job, if you want to find a house, if you want to find a party, if you want to meet a Brazilian friend, you have to come to my place. It was the only place to connect it to each other. It was in Bar do Luiz, what they used to call. And the Bar do Luiz, because I used to have a big board offering job, offering a house. So everyone asking, where can I find a house? Bar do Luiz. Where can I find a party? Bar do Luiz. So just because there was not internet at that time. And it was a Brazilian magazine. The first Brazilian magazine edited in Portuguese, called Leros magazine. That was the only communication we had in that time. And I had a big page there, advertising, the people would just find it. And one day, the Brazilian ambassador came to have a lunch, and they found difficult to find the place because there was no sign outside. And he said, we cannot see sign outside. Can I give you a tip? I said, please do it. Brazilian people is very touchy, is very patriotic. If they see a Brazilian flag, they want to find out what is in there. And that is work until today. That's why I have a Brazilian flag outside. Since I put the Brazilian flag there, I don't need to put a name, I don't need to put restaurant, I don't need to write anything. Just the Brazilian flag is bringing the customers here.
Were you always a handyman?
Yeah. No, I've never been a handyman. I've never been a handyman. I really work and my strong part is my customer service. The way I treat the customers. This is my secret. This was my winner. And I didn't realize it until later. It was my personality, was the strong of the people. If I was out of the restaurant, many customers used to come and say, Luis is not here. They used to go. They really miss the communication, the talking to me, asking questions, because I've been here so long. The people sometimes need to know something. Like until today, I give a tips for the Brazilian tourists. I have a route to tips, like Camden Tower, Porto Belo, Tower Bridge, the trip from Big Ben to, oh God, what's the name of that? Where is the Meridian? I forgot the name. And this was my strong part. I like helping people. I like giving tips to what I know. I like to share my knowledge with the people. And this is how I building up the customers. It's like a friend. Most of the customers I know by the name. I call them by the name because that's what they like it. That's what I like it too.
London is mainly a step city where people come and goes. Did you find difficult to build your own community across the years?
No, really, no. I think it's very important part. My part is quite important for the community, for the fresh arriving. They try to come to me to ask so many questions about business, about house to rent it. Even with the internet, they still coming and asking questions face to face.
Tell me about the food in this restaurant. What's your most important dish, the most popular dish?
It's the national dish, feijoada. It's a black beans cooked with a part all the part of the pork. Pig tail, pig ear, pig feet, bacon, sausage, all the part of the pork. This is the main dish. When I started, I didn't know how to cook it, but I knew to do that dish. So I used to sell only that dish. And that's why it became Feijão do Luiz. The name used to be Brazilian Touch. But the people say, Bar do Luiz and Feijão do Luiz. Why Feijão do Luiz? Because the feijoada is come with the spring green. And here, in that time, I could not find the spring green. So the people used to say, but this is not feijoada, there is no spring green. But no, that's not feijoada, that's Feijão do Luiz. It's to remind you a little bit homesick, that's it. And today we got the spring green.
Many restaurants find it like difficult to find a formula that works for them, like once they have a dish. How did you end up in that point in which you said, okay, this dish is working, I don't need to keep it touching it, I don't need to modify it anymore?
This was accident. Like, for example, I didn't have a cooker, I had an oven. So I used to make the feijoada, not in the cooker, but in the oven. And then to keep warm, I keep in the oven. And then eventually, for me, the feijoada was ready about 12 o'clock. But at 3 o'clock, the feijoada was amazing because I keep in the oven. And then that I said, that is the place, that is the point. That's where I need to get it. This is the stage I need to get it. And then I found out how long. I used to think it was 3 hours, but it's 5, 6 hours to come, because the black beans, when you cook a little bit longer, it's become red. And this is like a kind of chocolate. The black beans could not be black. The black beans, black is wrong. You still have to cook. And this I found out accidentally because of what I had in hand to try to be quickly, not heat it up each feijoada. Because I sell only one dish, they used to come and say, 9 feijoada. How can I heat it up one by one? I had one microwave, so I used to keep the big pot in the oven. The people ask, I take from the oven straight to the plate. And this was amazing. And since I got that, the people congratulated me for the feijoada, for the taste. And they said, what have you done? I said, nothing. I just take long to switch off, that's it.
Did you serve here any famous artist or any football player?
I used to have one football player here, Gilberto Silva. He used to come every Sunday when he used to play for Arsenal. But now, for a long time, I haven't seen no one here. He came here yet.
Did he come here when he was world champion in the 2002?
Yes. He was they won the World Cup for Germany. Yeah.
Did you manage to see any sort of shirt or the medal or even the cup?
I got a shirt. I got a shirt from him, signed by all the players. My ex-wife stole it. So, do you know how? It's funny because when I split with her, I looking for the T-shirt. I can't find it. She can't find it. No one couldn't find the T-shirt. 5 years after she opened a restaurant, the T-shirt is there. I really want to go there and get my T-shirt, signed by all the champions. And I don't know what to do, really. When the people take a picture of the shirt, I said, this is my T-shirt. She has a restaurant in Wilson Green. And it's there.
Talking about Brazil, where are you from in Brazil?
I'm from Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro.
Duque de Caxias. Is a suburb. It's 23 kilometers from Copacabana.
When was your last time in Brazil?
Last year.
Last year?
Last carnival. The last carnival now. Well, Carnival, you can miss Carnival, man. You can miss everything in Brazil, but not the Carnival. Not the Carnival. The Carnival, when you are Carnival Day, you are here, you cry. You cry. When you watch the television, it's worse. But I have to go. Once a year, I have to go to Brazil. I miss a lot. I miss a lot. My family, my friends, my culture, the bars I used to growing up. Oh, this, when the people know my name, it's really, when I go to Brazil, I stay 3 months usually. January, February, and March. That is my time on holiday. I work 9 months, and I get 3 months holiday in Brazil.
When you are an immigrant, you realize that every time that you come back to your country, the place that you miss doesn't exist anymore. From all the times that you visit Brazil, in which did you love life the most?
Oh, it's difficult because you get used to be away from the things. And sometimes when you go back there, you don't, like you said, you don't see some place has been closing down. It's hurt. And it's hurt when you ask for someone and that person has been passed away. It's hurt a lot, this kind of thing. This is something when you're migrant, you feel really it hurts you a lot.
Did you transfer this love for Brazil to your daughter?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about the decoration of this restaurant. Why this favela?
The favela is because I used to live in the favela for 3 years with my daughter. My daughter is anthropologist, and she wanted to do the master in Brazil, and she wanted to live in the favela. She wanted to see the difference of the social situation in the favela and on the street. And then, when I came back from Brazil, after 3 years living in the favela, I want to bring the favela with me, because I miss a lot the favela, because it was the most safe place I ever lived in my life. Rio de Janeiro, the whole Rio de Janeiro is dangerous, but when you are inside the favela, it's completely safe. You don't need to close your door, you don't need to, nothing. You just leave everything open, no one touch it. It's the most trustable place today in Brazil is in the favela. Not all of them, but most of them, the community is really, really together. And this is very comfortable for you. Sometimes there is some fight between drug dealers, but when these people say, oh, this guy is been dead by lost bullets, it's bollocks, it's bullshit. There is no lost bullet, because the drug dealers, they know who they want to kill. I've seen in front of my pizzeria, I was 3 guys eating pizza, and then came about 3 guys with the gun and said to me, old man, go inside. You two, go away. One left, just leave him. And they shoot him in front of me with 4 bullets in the face. This is not a lost bullet, man. This is a direct, they got the address. So they kill people, but between each other. The people who live in the favela, everybody, when they hear a bullet, they got to go down the floor. That's it. But I live in the favela for 3 years, and I never see one person dead by lost bullet. And I've seen about 20 people dying, but just between them.
What was the name of your favela?
Babilonia.
Babilonia. Was it easier to run your business in Babilonia or here in London?
What is easier?
Yeah, easier.
I don't know, that was very easy, because I used to open 5 o'clock in the afternoon and close 12 o'clock. So I could be on the beach all day, and then I go to home, have a lunch, have a nap, and then I open the pizzeria, like for fun. And it worked very well. I used to sell about 50 to 70 pizza per night. And the funny thing in the favela of the pizzeria was the delivery. Because on the mountain, there is no name in the street. There is no name of the Oh, I want a pizza here. Where? Oh, next door, the Donna Maria, underneath of the barber shop. The address was just reference. I could not put anyone to delivery if they don't live in the favela. No one could come from outside to do the delivery because who's Seu João? Who's Donna Maria? Who's the pizzeria? Where is the burger shop? Because all the delivery was like a reference. And that was the funny thing in the favela. Really nice. Really enjoyable.
What does the future hold for you?
The future for me?
Yes.
I had an idea a long time ago because I used to have a place in Brixton where I had 10 Brazilian unity together in the same place, like a butcher, hairdressers, a restaurant, juice bar, travel shop, Transbox used to send packages to Brazil. So I have all this together and it worked very well. And then I had a dream to have a Brazilian shopping center. This is my dream. If one day I will be able to do this, that's what I want to get it. To give an opportunity for the people and for the Brazilian to have something. Because I know very well Oxford Street and I know the landlords here. I've been here since 1987. And I got a lot of opportunity offers, for very, very little money, because in Oxford Street, if you're on first floor, there is it's not worth nothing. It's worth nothing. No one, if you see all the shops here, on first floor, is closing boxes. So, to me, to rent this here was quite cheap to be in Oxford Street. But my manager said, your address is very important. It's very, very strong. It's Oxford Street. That's it. Doesn't matter, it's the first floor. But one day I might get one shop here, big shop, where I can put 10 to 20 Brazilian different units. For example, I used to have a solicitor, a lawyer for immigration, people to get visa for everywhere. So I try to put all the necessity of the community together in one place where they can go there and buy the meat, because the Brazilian cut is different way to cut meat in England. And the Brazilian people, a lot of Brazilian people doesn't speak English and they don't feel confident. And when they see a Brazilian butcher, they feel confident to say what they like and to cut the way they want it. And they feel much more comfortable. I've seen that result was the big things I've done, and for some reason is finished because the builder has been bought from someone else and they knocked down everything. So now, for example, I opened downstairs here a bazaar. I don't know if you've seen that. And this is something would bring customers as well. I got an Estetica upstairs here. Now I got to put a money transfer downstairs. This is all the Brazilians want to send money, and they want to trust it. Where they trust it, they will not get lost the money. And because of my name is quite strong, I can attract quite a lot of people because of that.
Are you open to any sort of investment on you?
No, me and my partner, a friend. I have a friend because I don't have time to do anything else. At the moment, I want to concentrate here because it's going so strong, and I don't want to lose, to mess around with this. And then, okay, I like the idea, I approve, I agree, but I don't want to get involved in running the business.
I see. How do you calculate the price of the dishes when you serve them?
How do I calculate?
Yes.
I calculate, I weigh everything, and I calculate the price of everything, and I put a margin. No big deal. With the chicken, it's very easy for you to calculate because it's very cheap. So anything you put on top is, the margin of profit is quite high. I feel this is special because of I've been quite useful for the community. I've been quite important member of the community. The community started to growing up in my bar. So this, for me, is like I opened a restaurant in Portugal. I was there for 2 years, and I came here on holiday, and I could not go back because the customer was demanding me. And there was an article on on English newspaper, and a lot of English used to come here. They asked me, table for two. Who's Luis? I said, it's me. Congratulations. I said, thank you. I never had an English customer here. Since this documentary in this newspaper, in My London is the newspaper. And since there, I saw the necessity for me to be here because who had the stories? Me, no one else. So it doesn't matter the customers coming here asking about me. I want to be myself to tell them what my real story. And this is making me feel like it's special. I cannot take a day off. I go mad if I stay home. This is, for example, is my home. When I wake up, I don't hang around in the house. I open at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock I'm here because I like to be here. I want to have my breakfast here before customer. I want to prepare everything to treat my customer well. Do what you know and do with pleasure. If you do with the pleasure and if you know what you're doing, you just need the time to get the result. Because if you work with honesty and know what you're doing, it doesn't go wrong. It's very, very difficult to get wrong. Anything you do, whatever, selling popcorn or whatever you're selling, but if you trust yourself and if you like it to do what you're doing, it's a matter of time to see the result. That's what I've done. I've been successful selling peanuts, I was successful selling ice cream, and I've been successful in the restaurant. Thank you.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.